I'm trying not to rush things just because I have time now. I'm so excited about the changes we made in my room. Maybe I should just relax. I'm happy to say that I achieved my 5th workout this week. Hey boo, welcome back to my channel. As you could already see by the title, this week is all about relaxation, doing things I want and doing things I like. In my past vlog, you could see how I was stressed out, running around, and how work has been spreading me thin. And now that the spring break has started, I have all the time in the world to do whatever I want, whenever I want. I do have to say, somehow thinking about how fast the days are going also stresses me out, but I'm trying my best not to focus on that and just enjoy the time that I have off. So yesterday I went to the gym and I also did my hair. So in the front I have flat twists and I just made a bun of the twist I have in the back, and that basically filled up my whole day. This morning I woke up. I'm trying to wake up without an alarm, by the way. So just giving my body the rest that it needs. And for the past 2 days, I've been waking up around 8:30. So that's still pretty early, but fine with me. I hung up the clothes I washed last night, but didn't feel like hanging them right away. So I did that this morning. I also already cooked, which I don't enjoy, but it's necessary since I'm really trying my hardest to stay on track with my fitness journey and goals. And I chose to journal a little bit. Something about just being able to sit right here and cut some paper is so relaxing, and I love it every single time. So that's what I did for a little bit. Right now it is 12:30. And it's time to go to the gym. Do I feel like going? No. Do I have to go? Yes, because the countdown to my 30th birthday is still in full effect, which means that I have to use especially these 3 days that I have right now. I also want to do a little bit of work today. I have to create a flyer for one of my clients, which will probably take around 20 minutes because I already know what she wants. And I have, I think, 3 YouTube videos that I have to edit. I also tried to make some content today for YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok, especially for my Bookstagram, the account I use to post about my books and journals. I also need to make some for my creative business page, but I'm trying not to rush things just because I have time now and do what I feel inspired to do. So whenever the inspiration hits me and I'm like, oh, I could take pictures of this, then I just do that. But I'm trying to give myself some peace, especially this week, but also when work gets back into my schedule, and not to force myself too much to do things, because that's when I start stressing and when I start getting headaches. And when I do that, even days off can save me from feeling discomfort. So I'm trying to do that. But for now, I don't think I'll drag you guys with me to the gym today, so I won't have to worry about putting my camera in an angle that doesn't show other people and stuff like that. A few hours have passed and I'm back in my favorite seat in this house. Earlier I was wearing my gym outfit, and right now wearing one of my favorite pajamas, and I covered myself with a blanket because it has been cold for what feels like 5 months. I don't know how long this country I live in will remain cold, but I do know that I'm really over it. I have been struggling. I don't like snow. I don't like the cold. I know some people are like, whenever it's cold outside, it's cozier inside. But at this point, it's even cold inside. And I'm over it. I haven't eaten like actual dinner yet. I think I'll do that before I go upstairs and relax. But before I eat, I thought, let's just make the most of this night. And as I said earlier, do things that I want to do, even though I am tired. So right now it's almost 7:30 and I want to give myself 40 minutes to read. Some part of me is like, why are you kind of forcing yourself to do something that you don't really have the energy for right now? But the other side of me feels like I just might read something that I really like and feel energetic again afterwards. I think it's a good idea to look for a compromise with myself. I'll finish the first chapter, and if I don't feel better or if I don't feel like I want to continue reading, I'll just put it aside and go upstairs. But if I do, then I'll read for another 15 minutes. The book I'm about to read is All About Love by Bell Hooks. This book was recommended to me by Sophia, if I'm not mistaken. I've seen this book online before, but I've never actually bought it. But she definitely convinced me to do so. So I did. And I'm very excited to see how I'll feel about it. I also grabbed one of my journals that I bought for a very specific purpose. On the first page, it says, read, heard, and watched. I am someone who forgets things easily and very fast after consuming whatever medium I consumed. I want to start taking notes of the things I read so I can check it afterwards and refresh my own memory. I've done it for one book up until now, which was The Black Girl's Guide to Financial Freedom. So I wrote a full page on things I learned and I could also apply to my own life. And now we're moving on to the next page for All About Love. This was a great idea, even if I say so myself, but I just haven't used it as much as I could have. So starting today, I want to start writing in this journal again. I'll write down the title, start reading, and I'll let you know if it turned out to be 15 minutes or if I read for a bit longer. I finished the introduction and I already started underlining things that I found very interesting or that I agree with. I also already made some notes. One thing that I totally agree with is how cynical young people are about love and that it's a great mask of the disappointed and betrayed heart. As you may or may not know, I'm a teacher and I speak to my students a lot, or at least they tell me a lot of things that happen. And even in my own age range, it's a very big topic. So just the introduction already made me really interested in what else I'm going to read and what else I'm going to learn. I'm pretty sure I'll grab this book again tomorrow to continue reading.
She gently held my hand and said, "That is not love, that is codependence. Of course you would feel grief.
One thing I really love about our house is that we both have our own rooms. So my boyfriend has his game room on the other side of the hall, and I have my home office slash art room. And he's someone who likes to change things up, so I think he has changed this room like 3 times already. I have never changed anything in here. The only thing I did was add this to what I already had. But now, as in yesterday, I came up with a new setting, and let's give him his credit. I told him I wanted to move things around, and he came up with a new setting. I'm really grateful that, as impulsive as I am, I have a boyfriend who is willing to help me out the next day. Thank you. And please ignore the mess. Okay? I'll get to that when everything is in its new position. If I had known that it would snow today, I wouldn't have booked a recycle class. And if I wasn't supposed to meet Jaleesa at recycle class today, I would have just stayed at home. I think that staying at home while it's snowing is worth one credit. I'm so excited about the changes we made in my room. It was a bit of a puzzle, but I think it worked out fine. The reason why I wanted to change things up in the first place was because of two things. First, my whole desk was in front of the window, but like right now, the light is very bright white and sharp, and it would hurt my eyes. So often I had to close my blinds completely or half so I could look at my screen without the sun, or at least the light, because there's no sun, but the light burning my eyes. And whenever I wanted to create content on my desk, the screen would block the light, which made everything a bit darker. So now we've moved my desk in the corner and moved the table that was over here in front of the window, so it's easier for me to create content whenever I want to do so, and I have no more excuses not to create as much as I can. Let me show you how it turned out. So as I previously mentioned, we moved my desk into the corner and we moved this table in front of the window. Everything that's on there has been bought like an hour ago, so that's why it looks messy, and I still have to empty my bin. Then over here is my workstation. So I have my printers here. Can you believe I bought that Sawgrass printer probably over a year ago? It cost me so much money and I haven't used it once. So I definitely have to do that. And then I have my two other machines and some Legos that I still have to make. If you move over to this corner, not much has changed. And this little corner, it looks a bit messy, but there's not much that I can do about this. These are just the stands that I use and need, and the bag is my event bag, which I just grab and take away with me right away. If I have to work or do something or watch a video or whatever, I'll be sitting at this desk. And if I want to journal, make content, do something creative, I can move over to this desk. I got some things that I think are like finishing touches. So let me show you what I got and tell you what else I have planned today. One thing we haven't really bought in this house is like cozy lighting. We often turn on the big lights and it's something we're kind of working on. So I wanted to buy some lamps for this room. I got this one and this one. I bought this one yesterday actually, but I didn't buy the actual light bulb, so I had to go back, and then I saw this and I took it with me as well. Then I also got a new cutter. I already have two, but I think this will be perfect to create like thinner lines. I'll have to try that one out. Then I also got these because I saw them at the art store, but because it was from the art store, they were really expensive. And these were €1. I'll try them out and see if I can use them to blend my oil pastels. Then I also got two clips to keep my notebooks open. I bought a new sketchbook because it's really time to start something new and practice. And I got new paper for my journal. I have two options. Either I start editing. I think I have 3 YouTube videos and 3 reels, or I just create some content for Instagram. That's also a possibility that I feel more excited for. Or I just grab my journal and create my Valentine pages because I haven't done that yet. But I can also create some content of my Valentine pages. I don't know how I feel about this hair, by the way. Maybe it's just the fact that I don't have earrings in. It's almost 3 o'clock, and I think I have to meet Jaleesa again around 7, 6:30. I have to check. Since my school break is coming to its end, maybe I should just relax.
Anna's back? She looks skinny. Yeah, did you know that Anna's back? Body was discovered in the woods just behind me. Now, while the Lumpkin County Sheriff's Office have refused to identify the victim or the cause of death, our investigation has uncovered both. That's what I mean, it was a surprise to both of them, like a crime of passion.
Right.
You heard Duffy. She has a mean streak.
I can't believe Friday has already arrived. This morning I woke up and went to the gym right away. I'm happy to say that I achieved my 5th workout this week, and my goal was to go to the gym every day. Well, I ended up going to the gym 4 times and to row cycle 1 time, but I did do 5 workouts, so it still counts. I am kind of tired, but also energized at the same time. So I think it would be a good idea to take my laptop with me to the city center and just work while eating lunch and sipping on a little coffee. I haven't done that in quite some time. And yes, I have a whole room at home and a desk, multiple desks at that. But sometimes it's really good to just leave the house for a bit and spend time with yourself. I'm big on solo dates, and I consider this to be some kind of solo date, even though I am going to work, but that's completely fine. I feel like going to Served again, which is one of my favorite lunch spots. I just crave one of their sandwiches and my favorite shake. And there's another spot in the city center where I can just sit and work. So I will be combining the two. It is 12 o'clock right now. I want to leave the house within 10 minutes. Normally, I'm not big on public transportation. Ever since I got my driver's license and bought a car, my first car, this is actually my second, I have barely step foot into public transportation. And even though I really like being in the car by myself and being able to listen to my music out loud without having strangers sit next to me, it does cost a lot. So it will cost me gas money, it will cost me parking money, and I do realize that that's something that I pay a lot of money for in total at the end of the month. Today, I'm like, you know what, since I'm just going to one spot and I'll be sitting and not really walking around, today I'm just bringing my bag with my laptop, and I don't even think I'll bring my journal, just my Kindle, because I haven't read one book this whole week. but I don't think it's necessary to bring my car. Even though public transportation gives me anxiety because there are so many crazy people walking this earth, I think it's the best option for today. Let's see, I might regret my decision later.
Taking notes on my keyboard. What you bothering me for? There's a room full of what you following me for? Say the sing along. So girl, what you singing for? 'Cause you blow like a seaboard. My like a seaboard. Money, ball rolling. Big car keys in the trash, we rolling. Treat to the top, rooftop clouds with a handful of girls. And they all so foreign. Rain so poison, rainbows flowing. Light skin chick, first light from falling. Whole lot of fans, first flight from calling. First thing, is they loving the crew? They loving the crew. They loving the crew. Oh, they loving the crew. Oh, they loving the crew. They loving the crew. They loving the crew. They loving the crew.
One thing I'm really good at is stressing myself out. I have to go back to work tomorrow and I'm already stressed about the things that I don't even know that I have to do yet. So just going back to work is so stressful, and I've spoken about it before, but often when people hear that I'm a teacher, they're like, oh, you have so many days off and so many school breaks, but they really don't see the amount of pressure and stress comes with being a teacher. I have been letting stress lead take over, and it's something that I really want to work on even more than I already tried to do, because somehow every time it still manages to take over. I've always said that I don't want to be a teacher till I'm like 70. I think it will be a good goal to try to look for something else within like 10 years. So let's see what else I'm good at to do as a full-time job. We had a very slow start today, so right now it is 4:30 and I would like to go downstairs around 9 at latest. The first thing I want to do is film a video to post tomorrow on Instagram, because I am really trying to be more consistent this time around. Then I also have to plan for the week and finish editing my video. I am going to be 100% honest. I am very tired. I feel like I need a nap even though I didn't even get out of bed that long ago. Do you see the effect that work has on me? I cannot.